He's a man who's no longer down bad. He is divine tough.
Right now he's looking to exploit one person that's out of position, and if he can motion and shift and get guys to that spot, this is what Sean McVay likes to do.
What is up, guys? It's your boy Divine Dub, and I am here to provide y'all more information on the UAB playbook, on the ways I like to run it, the certain forms that I like to attack with the counter formations, just things that we like in the book, the wrinkles, the tricks, all that stuff that you guys are wanting to find. So in the UAB playbook, there's a lot of things that we can do, just being able to run the ball. You can always put a gadget at halfback right here in iPhone Pro and just speed boost with duos, ISO stretches, and then you can audible up to trips tight end. All these formations we have that are 11 personnel, you can go up to. We got tight Y off, the Y trips, weak Y off trips. You know, that's a staple. Everybody loves it. Got the direct snap. It's got good pass plays, RPOs, and then it's got trips tight end, which everybody knows they love that RPO right there. You got curl flat, drive post. You got all the X spot. You got, and then bunch tight end. You got a full bunch tight end. You got inside cross. You got the verts wide delay that you can kind of run like the PA verts play. You just put the running back on the Texas and block the tight end if you need pressure. You got the PA. You got the whips. You got spacing for the speed flat. You got tight end corner you can cook out of. You got the RPO, off tackle if they're in mid blitz. You even got a QB wrap. That one's not very good. I don't mind the mesh dig either. But then what I really like that people don't see is this trips halfback weak. It has RPO and it has a direct snap and a QB blast. So there's the RPO action in it. There's some decent passing concepts, RPOs and direct snap and a blast. But what I like to do is from this pistol deuce close. You can either do it out of this deuce close. I like the deuce close because it has the halfback dive and the stretch, so you can speed boost till they leave the dive open. We don't have the RPO like in Madden, but the deuce close, what that is going to allow us to do is it's going to let us still audible to the pistol wing slot, and we will also be able to audible to. One second, I'm sorry. This U off trips is one of the RPOs. I really like this RPO read flat. You put that running back, that tight end on the wheel, and it's just really hell to try and stop. I like the U off trips. The U off trip. I can't speak. The U off trips week one better than the U off trips, but you can still do the same thing because you just got different. You set different audibles, so you have, that corner from the tight end like that. You just get the unique routes for that one. But on this one, I really liked this the smash. There's a cover 4 beater on that. You just put your square on a streak right there. Oh, my camera's in the way. I'm sorry. This RPO peak corner. This is the one that I called a lot. I called a few times, but I like to put the wheel on that because you kind of get a blocker out there, and it's just free yards most of the time. I know I've been talking a lot, but we're gonna get into like the plays. I was just trying to give you an overall analysis of the playbook. So it's just the thing that sucks. We can't really come out in that because, well, you could do gadget at halfback, but then you have to put a fullback at tight end right here. But what I was doing was, if you can run the deuce close, I would audible up to the U off trips. That's how I would get to that. And then you could even do it. That's why in tight Y off flex you could set this one up for that kind of personnel. But I think it's better if you just come out in the tight slots I like the tight slots over the tight Y off flex one. It has the same play, but they don't have the dive. That formation doesn't have the dive, and you still have bench and dive. You just don't have the stretch. That's the only thing that sucks in the tight slots. You don't have the stretch, but it is what it is because we could audible to the stretch. I'm pretty sure. Well, the zone weak, which is pretty close to it, but that's the only reason why I like, because the dive. Like I said, if I was going to, I could just come out in the deuce close, and you could audible to the tight slots and do it. But I think it's better if you just use the deuce close one to audible to the 2 tight end stuff in this formation or in this book, and then use the other one for that. So we'll get into it. The tight slots. When I call the RPO, this is what y'all wanted, I'm sure. Depending on where their user is, I like the drag right there. The wheel is cool, and the post is good. It's just you have to make a quick read. Like, so I like to stem this down because you're only gonna get to throw it when he's like 7 yards, maybe 6 yards downfield. Like, you gotta throw it mad early. And then, like, you switch it up. You see how he ran it like that? You can switch it to a regular post, and then he'll cut it a little sharper. So you get him used to doing that. But then you have this streak that kind of clears it out, and then you could do a flat too. So you could just sit here and boom. The streak clears out for that post. And then you got 2 flats you can kind of throw. I wish you could put that guy on a wheel, but it's a different type of wheel. You could also do something like this if they're getting used to it. You stem down, streak, and then you can put a crosser on this. And you still have a flat right there in case. And then if not, you just eat it and you just hand it off to the running back. But it's got to be quick read. If you see it's seam, flat. You got to look at the seam and the flat at the same exact time. And if one's open, you throw it. And then the next read is square or R1. So that's how it is. So we're going to take it, and it's triangles wide open. You could throw it a little further in college football than you can in MUT. Also, I didn't know if you guys know this, but you could also block like that. So you could put a flat. And if you need some extra time, and then you just cook up around it. You could do it in. You could do a flat wheel flat. So when you threw the flat, like it, I got lucky right there. I wouldn't do that one. The wheel doesn't run it good enough. But a lot of times I just like the streak corner. You just streak corner and you make them try and see which way that you are going to throw the corner route. Boom. Something like that, a little mesh combo, the streak clear out. You could snap through the streak if nobody's on it. No one's on the drag. You take your free yards. So people got to set up for the RPO, right? Well, you have the dive, which is really good if, like, obviously if they're in the double mug, it's not going to be very good. But here's my other setup out of mesh. You always want to have your pass pro. I know I messed up. You can snap this if they're in, like, cover 4, cover 3, and the drag should be open. Unless they shade down, really, you can even throw it. There's a little pocket. You can throw it in even against cover 2. But this corner is really good because it beats man and zone. You stem it down. And you could snap it just like this, or you could also, I like this setup. Something over the middle, you know, if you need to, you could block the tight end. Oh, you can't block the tight end in this form. That's why it's tricky. I forgot, that's why. But you could do something like this. If you can't block, or let's see, hold on. I think, can you? They're not gonna let you do it. You used to be able to do, like, put them on a little delay flat, but right here we're just looking circle, This X pushes the quarter up, and in the corner they have to guard the sideline. So that's just a staple play that you can always go to in this. And then audibling, that's why I said I like to dive in this, but you can always audible just to a stretch, like the pistol wide off trip stretch, and then you just get out there and you try to speed boost. I just messed it up, but it's okay. I don't think I have my speed booster in. This is just for video. Oh, he is in. I lied. So here we go. We have the direct snap still here and the read Y flat. What I did, and then you can always do stuff like this, because like stuff like that, come back, just little simple pass concepts. But what I did at the live was I called this play, and then I had flipped it, and it had messed it up, so it looked like I was in normal, like I was in a doubles play call, but I wasn't. But either way, right here you read the pass key. The pass key's right there. You can put them on a streak. I don't really like to drag against double mug. It just gets cluttered right there, so don't really try that. Or even an in. But this is just really good because you can just quick snap it if they're not ready for it. If they're overly committed to the flat 1-2. Yeah, so we got the direct snap as well. Everybody knows you love the direct snap. You got trips tight end. You got the speed option, curl flat, the bubble. I'd probably put drive corner on there. PA counter go, I just put it on there. It mixes up between who you're gonna play, when you're gonna play, because sometimes you might need play action to block some of those stunts. We got it. There's a direct snap in the spread formation 2 that is really good, and I forgot to even call that one at the live. So when I was at the live, I was really I kind of zoned out. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I did. And like, see, in the gun trips, we still have speed option, which you can see how there's no baseline this year, so you can count and see which way you want to go. And you see the pitch keys right there. You're just gonna cut it up, take whatever yards you can. So there's just so much you can do in this formation to audible to in this book, because you got bunch wide, you got verticals, stock out of it, speed dig, bunch tight end I really like because I'm a big bunch tight end player. Whips, the verts delay is a really good play. Mesh is really good. What is good? What else is good? I don't know why it's not letting me get to the trips halfback week. It didn't. I don't know why it doesn't let you audible the trips halfback week, but this is a really good direct snap. And the wishbone, the play I ran was. So if they have anything in the middle that's open, the fullback sting is wide open. That's why I was calling it, but I couldn't get him in the defense that I wanted to. I should have went a different approach with it, but this power option is really good. You just have to have a lot of overall awareness to run it. Even this I-form tight is really good. I should have ran it a little more. It's good against double mug. But that's just... I'll show you this formation too. Oh, I already showed it. So that's really all that isn't... There's not like a bunch of like... It's just there's meta stuff in this book, man. Like, this should not be halfback off tackle, but it just depends, because sometimes when they're double mug, you can break it with it. You really want stick. It's kind of like mesh. You get this corner, but really, dude, if you just come out in the RPO stuff in the dive and make people respect the dive in the RPO, you can audible to this bunch tight end, call that RPO. You can call whips. You can even call verts. Like, it's just endless. Like, they have a headache. Like, because you can just do stuff like this, set up the play like this. That's a terrible throw. But I just want to show you guys like the concepts, like the whips you can audible to. Just great quick snap plays overall in general. The stick play, you just stem it down. Double drag. Something's gonna get open. Like the drags are really good, but it's just there's so much to audible around to the 3 receiver stuff. I'll show you. This is the last thing. I know I've been talking. I feel like I've been talking in circles, but there's just a lot to talk about in this book. Where is it at? Oh, it's Wildcat right here. So Wildcat, you have bunch halfback strong, and that off tackle is really good against double mug, and so is the sweep and the speed option. The U off trips, the blast, and the power are really good. So you can put QB2 in this. So if you really wanted to pass the ball out of it, you could. Now in cut, I think there's enough fast quarterbacks that you could come out and do something like this and still, come out. The only thing is you can't audible. So if you come out in the pass play, you just have to call it. Which it kind of sucks, honestly. That play sucks. Really, I just like it because the off tackle is very good. Mind you, Tim Tebow is left-handed, so if you run it to the left, you're going to get a speed boost. If you run it to the right, make sure you have a right-handed quarterback in. That's the other tip I have for that. You will be slow if you do. I think, did I touch on all of these combos? I think there was an RPO I was missing for you guys. Oh yeah, it's this one. I didn't tell you guys, you could also just do something like this. You can have the double streaks, and then you could do this. You do something like this. So if he's in cover 2, you can just throw it. Like there's different spaces, but you still have this wheel right here. That's why I like it. This is the other combo. Why is it? There it goes. So you look at the read, and then you can hand the ball off. I press square and he's not even a button. But this in is really fast. The in runs really fast too, so just like quick yards down ahead, that's the thing. Or you could do something like this. Yeah, the streak is the best. I don't know why. I found this, and I always wanted to run the slot fade, but I think because of in Madden, but I think that the streak is better. I just think the streak's better. You see that the run is open. I think the streak is definitely better because you can look at it holds that guy, so you can just throw the tight end. Yeah. Double wheels right here, streak. That's a pretty good play to make them pay for. That's what I'm saying. Just coming off this. Why is it not letting me audible? I don't understand. I don't think I have a gadget. I do have gadget effect. Okay. So here we go. Now, what little game you can do with this formation is this dagger sit is not bad. So, because it looks like you got the in right, you could always do something like this. Block the running back if you need some time. You could block the tight end. Hell, you could even move him over here if you wanted to. You see, if he's manned up, then, but even if he's in the zone, he has to come all the way down, so we have something coming across. And if he's in man, we have this zig route that will get open. Boom. You take the zig. But you just can play a little game because there's an RPO in this form. And then at any time, you could call the outside zone. You could call a PA boot and really get out. But this is where it gets tricky, because we can go to the pistol deuce close. We can go to the other gun gate and wing slot. So I haven't really ran much out of this gun gate, but there is a jet touch. So you can test it if you want. I haven't really tried that formation personally. Because I don't even think it will let you hot route on it. That's the only thing. That's why I left that formation alone. But the wing slot is still in our arsenal, and we can still go to the deuce close. So in deuce close, we can still do the stretch. We can audible to the stretch. That's the way. If you want to be able to just run the ball and like set it up like that, you just come out in something like you come out in this formation, and they have to cover this RPO. But not only do they have to cover that RPO, they have to be ready for us to audible down, speed boost. I know there's not the RPO in that, which would be really good. But this RPO is good enough to be able to go around and put pressure on the defense. The smash play, this is a cover 4 beater. You just put him on a streak. Do something like this. Stem this down just a little bit. This beats cover 4 every time. Wow. You just played it perfectly. Cut it out, cut. Nah, it's practice mode, that's why. But yeah, that's about it. That's in the book. I mean, there's other tricks like this quick fork zig, that little slant from the out slant breaking from tight end is really good. It gets over the cloud. You know, you got the direct snaps. It's just really basic, quick offense. Just to really just give people headaches. Like online, if you run this at a high level, you will be just fine. Like if you can just come out and you audible to this bunch tight end, if that's how you play, you just come out in this tight slots. Because I didn't tell you guys, I forgot that this is the OG 2K play, but you can do it out of this tight slots too. You just double streak. This is a cover 3 beater. Boom. It's a cover 3 beater. One of those streaks are going to get open. You just have to be weary of a switch stick. But there's just so many plays you can audible to. Like, you can go to a jet touch. That's pretty good against double mug. This tight end corner play, just quick snap, just stem this down. It's pretty good because you got this zig right here. You can throw backside if nothing's open. If they're in man and even in zone, it kind of gets in a little spot for you. The zone weak and this stretch is really good in the Y-off trips. Don't be afraid to call it. And then there's also a dive and an RPO alert in this formation, which I think is pretty good. Generally, because you get a good speed boost off the handoff. It's kind of slow, so if they shoot it, it's kind of dead. But if they don't, if they're not ready to shoot it, you get a crazy speed boost out of it. I'm trying to see anything else. The bunch wide, everybody knows. You just go to verticals. You can put a Texas right here, call it. If you wanted to, you could motion him over, put him on a streak, drag, and kind of like, you could kind of run it like Durham. One of the wheels are going to be open. You just got to make a read. So there's just really simple stuff you can go in this book and Audible to. Don't be afraid to call the RPO alert in this trips play. It's really good. It's a really good run too. If they try to overcommit for the RPO, you can just hand it almost every time instantaneously. I forgot to fix the trips tight end. But other than that, that's all we really need in this playbook. There's not much more that you need. There's plenty of passing in it. Like, there's plenty of meta pass plays with a bunch of bubblegum around it. Like, if you're a trips player, you got a pretty decent trips tight end. Like, you got a full trips tight end. Like, if you just wanted to main the trips tight end audible to the RPO, you could. Like, the RPO does not have to be your main focus of your offense, but if you use it at good times and you have that threat that you can audible to it, it's really hell. I overuse it sometimes. Me personally, I just sometimes I've been trying to get better at it, but like I said, it takes a lot of work to be a traditional drop back passer. But hey, this book right here, you have all the tools you need. Like, in these meta pass formations, like trips halfback weak, you have to rely on the RPO and the direct snap, and there's a good passing in it. And then you got the full bunch tight end, like I said once again, and the trips tight end and Y off trips. So there's plenty of meta in this book around to pass. So I appreciate you guys. I can drop more videos. I think if there's another combo you want for the RPOs, I can put it out, but really I just try to do a flat corner, wheel corner, or wheel streak, and you just read the pass key. You read that pass key, and it's got to be a quick read, because there's a pass key and a read key, and if you sometimes can get messed up because the pass key can fool you. But we're gonna be dropping some more stuff out here. Like I said, I am in the Slim Ghost Mutt League, and I am the RSU Live tournament. There's gonna be a bunch of YouTube videos coming up about that stuff, and I think I'm gonna be dropping some more offensive schemes on college football for the YouTube. If you like this, comment down below, subscribe. If there's something else you need answered in this book, certain coverages that you are struggling against, I can tell you exactly. Just comment down below, and I can help you. Peace.